Hobbit81 here. I'm currently standing in front of my giant potion bottle, which I created as part of my brewing stand for DocM's Generation 2 of Realms. If you haven't seen that one already, then I'll put a link in the description and you should go and watch it. Now, if you have already watched it, you will know that I did not quite get to finish my potion bottles. I was able to structurally finish them, but a lot of stuff that was to go inside is not yet done. The first one here is the potion shop, which we shall come back and talk about in a moment. We're going to start over here in the ingredient farm. And the idea of this potion bottle was to be able to produce as many of the ingredients required for the potions as possible. So there's carrots, netherwort, sugar canes, and melons. The things I want to still be able to add are a rabbit farm, an auto fisher, and a mushroom farm. But the question is, will I be able to fit them all in here in a nice comfortable way? The other thing I want to be able to do is to semi-automate the ones I already have here. Now if we travel over this side to the storage room, I have all the ingredients required to make all 10 of the potions. Fire resistance, as you can see, regeneration, strength, weakness, poison, leaping, water breathing, speed, healing, and night vision, plus the 4 modifiers: splash, corruption, extended, and level 2. Now the idea is in here there will be either 2 or 4, I have to do the math still, automated brewing systems. And the idea I had when I was making this on the server was to set up some rail carts underneath to bring the ingredients from the potion farm over to storage, and then from storage to the brewing, minecarts over to the potion shop over here. Now the idea I also had, which was not part of the original design, was to only brew level 1 potions over there, then have rail carts bring them over here for storage and display, and have 4 automated brewing systems set up here, and the user could then choose which of the 4 modifiers they would want to use. So the next question is, will I be able to fit everything that I want to fit in the ingredient farm? So I'm going to go lay those out, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I played around with a few designs to automate some of these ones, and I really don't think it's worth it because, like for example, the carrots here, if we grow them and then we can push the button to make them pop, but it's always going to until this one because it pushes it underneath a block. Okay, but if we remove that and do it again, it does not until it, but this does not look particularly good, I don't think. I'm better off going for a decorative approach like I've done here, perhaps something a bit fancier, but yeah, it's not really worth it. So I'm going to change this back to the way it was, and I'm going to try and mark out the rabbit and the auto fisher. Come back in one sec. Alright everyone, I'm back again, and here we have the design for the rabbit farm. This is to get the rabbit's feet for leaping. This particular design will also link in the description. The way it works though is you push this button here to breed them, which pushes them up. Then you go up here and you give them carrots, and they love you lots. Back down again. And water off, and when baby bunnies happen, they will fall down through the gap into the bottom part, and then when they grow up you've got the option to either cook them, which is no use to getting rabbit's feet, but the option is still there. This one, as you see, opens it to attack them, but before you do that you have to crush them, so look away kids. Okay, so once you've pushed the button to crush them, it does just enough damage so that you can open this part, and as long as they're not babies, they won't be able to run out, and then you just have to hit them once, preferably with a looting sword if you have one, and all the drops go down underneath that into the hopper, into this chest here. Okay, we've got some rabbit meat, rabbit hide, and its foot. I was running this a little bit before. It test it out, and then you just close it up again and wait for the next lot of babies. Now, looking down, the AFK fishing farm, also will link in the description. It's a very simple design. It's a lot smaller than some of the other ones. All you have to do is stand up here, fill your inventory with something, anything that fills up all the slots except for your fishing rods. I have a few spare ones here which you can put into here. As you can see, they disappear and they go into the system. You turn the switch on. That starts as firing. Once again, I'm not going to go through the details of how these particularly work. Have a look at the link in the description. But you just hold down right click facing at the back here, and every so often you'll catch something and it will be pulled into the hoppers. It'll reset and then it'll keep going. So in essence, this is an AFK farm. So if you had something that could hold down your right click button or assign it to a key on your keyboard that you can easily have constantly pressed down, you will get lots of different things that you get from fishing now. I'm not going to stand here all day. I have tested it and it does work. Turn the switch off again. See your fishing loot, and you put your rod supply in there. Puffer fish, raw fish, a nice bow, and some salmon. The puffer fish is the one that you really want. That's the one that you want for potions of water breathing. Now, I spoke about wanting to do a mushroom farm. This thing has caused me a lot of frustration. For some reason, I'll show you what I tried here. Oh, nope, falling. Then he died. Try again. Okay. Now, for whatever reason, in this single player game, this is not on a server. That's why I'm obviously, you've seen I have cheats. For whatever reason, these mushrooms will not spread. I tried normal dirt, different lighting conditions. These pistons were here as part of a tutorial I was looking at for mushroom farms. That would periodically push the mushrooms here off. But these are not spreading. I don't know why. I've tried fiddling around with the tick rate, but nothing seems to work. So at the moment, my mushroom farm is this. Planting giant mushrooms. That's right. So if we tear this down, we get lots of brown mushrooms, which we need for the fermented spider eyes. This is obviously not the ideal way to do it. We're going to end up with mushrooms in the fishing machine and everything else. So if anyone knows why these mushrooms aren't growing, or any suggestion as to what we can do to fix it, please let me know in the comments. See, now I have to turn that back to mycelium again by replacing it. Fix that up. And then plant another mushroom, brown one, and then bone meal it. So obviously that is not the right way to be doing things. So if anyone knows, please let me know, because this is very frustrating. Pardon me. So the next thing I'm going to be setting up is the rail line, which will take the ingredients from these things over to the ingredient room. I have the rail system set up. You can see the cart running backwards and forwards there. And the way this is designed to work is you harvest all the ingredients, like so. You can run around in a loop and do it. The carrots are all gone at the moment. Another wort. And then we put all the ingredients in here. And you'll see piston comes out and it stops the minecart there. So I'm going to quickly switch to creative, go under and see what's happening. Okay, so it's all stopping here in the chest, minecart chest, and then in a moment it's going to come over to here. There it goes, and it will stop and wait over here while it unloads into this chest, which triggers off this dropper item elevator. I was going to say hopper then, no, they're the hoppers, they're droppers, not dispensers. And as you can hear, or more precisely not hear, it's silent. So we'll come up and have a look. Now, I decided not to go for an auto sorting system here. I didn't think that it was really necessary. All the ingredients come up and go into the chest, and there's plenty of storage. I think there might be some in the other chest because it must have gotten full in the first pass, and move on to the next chest. But pretty much you should fill up the first chest first and then move on. Okay, next I'm going to work on the brewing stand and I'll be back in a moment. So as you can see here, we have the automated brewing going on. At the moment the nether wart's coming in to the water bottles. I'm in just at the right time here. And we're making some healing potions, so the glistening melon should come through next. There it goes. The awkward potions are going to get turned into healing and then dropped off into the chest here. I've also got some fire resistance potions I made just a minute ago and some more healing potions. Now this design I found has been quite temperamental, so I may not be using it in my Let's Play series, which is coming out soon. Sometimes you have to drop an ingredient in here to kick it off, and then sometimes it gets confused. At the moment it's working very nicely. Awkward potions. See, there we go. That must have been in the chest somehow. Take that one out. Water bottled in. Going through again. There we go. Excellent. So the idea is to duplicate this on the other side. However, I think just for demonstration purposes, I will leave it at just the one for now. You can extend this design to do all the ingredients. You can even add the modifiers onto the end and have them brew already modified potions. So I'm just going to stop the machine now, and then we'll move on to getting the potion bottles that have been made over to the potion shop. So here we are underneath the storage / brewing room, and I've encountered a bit of a problem. This part works okay. Any potions that get brewed get put down into this last one here, and they would come along this track over into the potion shop, which all would work fine. I came up, decided to bring it up inside this time, and I was going to have all the potions get sorted out via a simple item sorter, but I realized it's not going to be simple. You can't do an item sorter for individual potion types because individual potions do not stack. 2 potions of instant health here, and obviously they do not stack. Now I did manage to get this hopper to lock with 1 potion in it, but the problem is you can't feed it with another hopper. I've tried using a brewing stand, and if you do put the potion in there, it does go through, but you'll notice that was actually a fire resistance potion. Take all the potions out, check the hopper, potion of healing. Okay, so if I put another potion of healing in here, potion of healing, it goes straight through. The one in the hopper is still a potion of healing. Open the chest, potion of healing, that's fine. But then if you add a potion of fire resistance, goes straight through. Another potion of healing has now become potion of fire resistance. Potion of healing, and if you put another fire resistance, it'll push that first one through. There it is. Okay, so I've scoured the internet, and so far I have not been able to find anything. I am going to continue looking, but for now I think we're just going to have to do something a little bit similar to what we had going on over there, and just have them all get sorted into one chest or an array of chests. It's unfortunate, but I will keep looking for a solution. Definitely try and find something when I get to it in my Let's Play. And we are done. Here comes the minecart back. It's currently full of potions. It's going to come up to here and it's going to stop and unload. So obviously, unfortunately, I cannot find a way to get the potions to sort individually. It's something I'm definitely going to work on. I've contacted a lot of different sources and we'll see what we can come up with. Whoop, that was quick. So if we come down here, there's all the potions I've made just recently. Potions of healing, we'll take some of them. What did I make? Potion of swiftness. There's one there, one there. Okay, jump off here and have a look. Okay, so these are our 4 modifiers. We obviously have Mark II, Extend for the time, Corrupt, and Splash. So the way I envisioned it working is you'd grab your potion bottles, you'd come over here, and if you have something like Swiftness, you probably want to extend that one. Pop them in here. They come into the brewing stand. Potions of Swiftness. This chest here is full of redstone. Not quite full, but there's enough to be going on with. Just little signs here. Add potions. Should have had an arrow. That's okay. When it's finished, potions of swiftness, extended. Lovely. And if you wanted to add splashes to them, pop them in here. And while you're waiting, potions of healing, you might want to make them Mark 2 perhaps. So in theory you could have 4 sets going at once. It's interesting. 1 splash, 2 normal. There we go. Potion of weakness. It's interesting. Maybe I left that one in there from before. There's my 3rd potion of swiftness. Ah, that was one I must have been testing before. That's fine. It still managed to work it out though. So there's my splash potion of weakness and swiftness. Give it a go. Giddy up. And potions of healing. Lovely. So I think that just about wraps it up. So, final thoughts. Well, I definitely had an idea in my head, and I certainly tried to realise it. Certainly the structure I'm really happy with. It looks like a giant brewing stand, which is what I set out to achieve. Was it as functional as I'd hoped? Absolutely not. A lot of things which just did not go according to plan, and although they were quite large, I did not anticipate quite how much space I would require, particularly for some of the things in here. On the plus side, I have learnt a lot from making these, and when it comes to making something similar in my Let's Play, I think that I have learnt enough to have made those sort of mistakes to know what I want to do, and what designs work and what designs don't. So I think I'm going to have a really good time in my Let's Play making a version of this, obviously not making giant potion bottles again, but definitely an automated brewing system with a couple of really interesting twists that I have planned. Yeah, so I thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you again soon in the Let's Play. Thanks for watching.